think it's a great gathering of very smart, very motivated, passionate people about the telecom and the IT industry. It's a great opportunity to discuss the biggest challenges that anyone in the digital industries faces and how to overcome them. So it's great to see all these people gathered under one roof, contributing to a debate that hopefully will advance our knowledge, but also the agenda and economic development in the countries that we live in. 5G is not just about another G. It's not about moving from 3G to 4G to 5G. It's not about buying a newer box or newer upgrade software. It is about transforming a whole industry, not just the networks that telcos operate, but also the ecosystem in which telcos live and operate and do business, and to also create the demand for all the services that are enabled by 5G. So the promise of 5G is something that will take much longer to realize. The potential of 5G will take years to develop, and I don't think anyone should be taken over by the hype, and our decisions should always be measured and put in the right context. While the technology enables faster connectivity, lower latency, the demand for these services is still very limited to certain industries, and these industries can be served. Today, or at least in the next 2 or 3 years, there's really no mass market deployment of 5G that is likely to be viable or economical. And any new technology to survive has to be, of course, commercially viable. So just like innovation is happening in technology, innovation is also happening on the regulatory side and on the policy side. So when you look at most of the new services that are enabled by 5G, you realize today that even starting in 4G, the telecom industry became much, much bigger than just the telecom business. Today, the telecom industry is embedded in banking, it's embedded in advertising and marketing, it's embedded in medicine, education, and so even agriculture, and so many applications. And some of these will require a review of the regulations that are in place. Some of them will require, at least in the initial stage, regulators stop, forbearing from regulating, not regulating, seeing the services develop, and then taking a step back and thinking about what actually needs to be regulated, if there's anything to be regulated at all. My concern is that in some places regulators will put a stop to innovation by saying, let us wait to have the new regulations in place. That's not how the world evolves, that's not how countries innovate. And so telecom operators today have to not just expand the range of services across many industries, but we also have to become familiar and very knowledgeable about regulations in all the industries that we intend to serve, from healthcare to banking and finance, and so on and so forth, transport and so on. And the more we know what regulatory challenges and business challenges these industries face, the better off we are in terms of developing the right service for them. The regulatory scene in the MENA region is quite varied. There are countries where the agenda is quite advanced, where there's a lot of innovation, and there are other countries that are really falling behind because they're still too engrossed with what I would call 20th century problems and issues. Unless you have a dynamic, private sector driven telecom industry, you will not be able to focus on what really matters, which is how to continuously develop the networks and services and expand the range of services, and for the telcos to transform to become truly digital, not just offering a digital service here and there, but to become a truly digital corporate company.